Birmingham GT RCs here. Got the A959B on the bench, as you can see. Thought I'd get this ready for its high speed run. I've been changing out the spur gear and stuff like that, gearing it down from a 42 to a 38 tooth spur. And I'm going to see if I can gear up the pinion as well. But yeah, you know, I've got the old one on the bench and loads of spares, bits and pieces. Digging through my box, I got a load of A959B spares and repairs and old parts, new parts, bodies and all kinds. So yeah, stay tuned guys, and we'll see what we come up with. As you all know, I'm running 3S in there, 60 amp ESC. So I'm going to have a little change around, reposition some stuff. I might swap out the ESC, not sure yet. Might even swap out the motor for a touch wall KV. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we come up with, guys. I want to take this one over 60. The moment it's doing, oh, I can't remember how quick it was now, about 54, something like that. I didn't really push it too hard, so definitely going to get this over 60. Maybe close to 70, but on 3S, guys. So stay tuned. I know you all been waiting for a little while to see this one really get pushed. So yep, this is it, guys. Okay, so stripped it all out, gave it a little clean down. I've just fitted this motor in instead of the one I originally had in there. That's 4,300 kV, and that's a 4,370 kV 9-turn motor. So we're going to see how this one goes. Same normal spur, and I've got the 38 tooth spur instead of the normal 42 tooth that comes with the A959B. So I've gone 4 teeth down on the spur gear, and I've stayed original on the pinion. I put an adjustable amount so I can move it over to keep the mesh. Still got clearance from my dry shaft. Just so far so good. As you can see, my grub screws are knackered, the hole's knackered, so I actually cut a smaller screw and screwed that in as a grub screw, Loctite it in. But yeah, mesh is good. Let's just see. The problem I was getting before was when I tighten it all up together, it's really tight. But what I did is to see if the mesh is going to work, because I've been trying to, basically, as you can see the black line, I've been trying to sand that down, grind that down a bit so it slides onto the shaft more. Yeah, I need to get it proper machine grind down. It's, oh man, I've been sanding away forever and grinding, so I'm going to get that done. But in the meantime, I found an old plastic one. All the metals I have, none of them are as thin as that one. So I found an old plastic one that came original, and I cut that shorter, fit it in. It seems to fit okay. I want to see when I tighten it all up with the brace that it's still not rubbing. Then that way I know exactly how much I need to shim this down to basically replace the plastic one. And that is all I need to do, guys. But if it lasts long enough for me to do the high speed run on this gearing, it's not going to matter if it's plastic or metal. You know, it might strip out. It might last long enough for a high speed run. We'll soon find out. I'm going to button it all up now and see how we get on. Just to quickly point out, as you can see, been trimming down the edge. It rubs against the spur gear when you tighten it down. It just as you get that last bit tightened down, it rubs on the spur gear and it becomes stiff. As you can see, it's really free now. As soon as I tighten that up, it's rubbing. So I've been trimming down the edge. So just for you guys that have the A959B, you have this brace. It's got the holes in the ends, you know, you put your little bolts on. Some of them come with that cap covered over, but I think that's for the original A959. But if you get the A959B, you need the open slot because the A959B spur is bigger. But even then, if you go back to the A959 original spur, it's slightly more over, so you have to trim that edge down, guys. So I thought I'd just share that with you as well.
Okay, yeah, table's looking pretty messy, guys, but don't worry, it's organized enough. I know what's what. I know what's going on. What's important is this, guys.
Finally, got it all together. I've had to go with the plastic gear in the rear here. That's not the diff gear, but I can't remember the name for it. The gear that's on the end of the drive shaft. I did have metal ones. I got a metal in all metal gears everywhere, but I had to change that one to plastic because I needed to trim it down a bit to make it fit. So I wanted to see that it would fit. So, you know, I didn't want to go through all the headache of trimming down my gear to make it fit. But I can show you through the bag. That one that goes on the end, it needs trimming down a little bit off the end here, so it's shorter. But I didn't want to go through all the headache of doing it and it doesn't work, so I tried it with the plastic basically, and yep, working. There was a slight rubbing because I had to trim some stuff away in here, and I think there was just a little bit rubbing, and basically I just span the wheels and held it for 5 or 6 seconds and just let it spin at about half throttle, and it seemed to just rub away whatever it was rubbing against. I assumed it was plastic. It sounded like it was rubbing against plastic. And now it's ready. Everything's turning. It's running. It just needs running in good. I've got it running on 3S again. There's a lot going on at the moment. That's just a 2S battery I was testing with. I've gone back with the spring shocks instead of my cylinder shocks. As you can see, normal pinion in there. Got the 38 tooth spur, 27 tooth pinion. The Octave 4370 kV 9-turn motor, 60 amp ESC Octave, gyro fitted. I'm using at the moment the controller I got with one of the cars. Quite like the controller. So I thought, you know, I'd put that receiver in here so I could actually run 2 cars. So if somebody comes out with me, someone can run this one, I can run another one, you know, if I want to. Or I have got a, here we go, a brand new receiver to run with my normal receiver, what I run all my cars on. But for now, I'm just gonna blast it about with this for a bit. You see I got a cat pack in there, there's 6 of them in there as well. So yeah, it's all going on in here, guys. It's all going on. The only thing left for me to do now is to just adjust my travel, because now I've gone back with these shocks. I'm rubbing the front on full compression and my wheels, you know, hitting the floor on full compression, which I don't want it to. I want it to be just off the floor. So I've got to make a few adjustments to that. Maybe I might redo my front spoiler and mount it so it's higher, slightly higher up off the floor, but we'll get around all that. My main objective really was to just get this gearing running. So I've geared it up now for more speed. Well, I've put a smaller spur in there, so we'll see what we get out of this now, guys. I'm hoping this doesn't look too messy and you can kind of see what's going on here. But yeah, as you can see, it's all squeezed in there. I've made it work somehow or another. I've made it work. But I did want to run the original body, but yeah, somehow I don't think I'm going to get that original body back on. So I'm just going to stick with my A959 body. It's got the lights in and everything. It's all ready. Just a straightforward light set. Just plug into channel 3 on my receiver. There's one channel 3 somewhere in there. There's one channel 3. So yeah, this is my A959B, guys. Ready for that high speed run. Let's just hope this plastic gear holds out. I mean, it was running fine with plastic gears when I had it. I never had a problem with the plastic gears. Only the spur gear, you know, you probably get a problem with the plastic gears. But when you do start putting a lot of power through it, yeah, you can then strip out these plastic gears, you know, on and off the power really hard. So if I take it easy and ease into a high speed run, I should be all right, guys. I should be all right. But there's only one way to find out. So some tidying up for me and get this looking tip top.
Here you go, guys. A959B is ready. HSP is ready. Just waiting on the weather. That's it, man. Just waiting on the weather. So I'm just going to be a little patient. And we'll see what happens. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.